All right. So this is my final explanation of how to use the NFL Fantasy app and the last couple pieces that you may need. So let's start with changing the team. So this is your team right here. If you want to change a player out, like I have Lamar Jackson and I have Dak Prescott, if I wanted to switch those quarterbacks out, I'd hit the little blue button next to Lamar Jackson's name, and it would pop up all the players that I'm allowed to sub in. And I would hit the blue player next to Dak Prescott, and it would sub him in. Pretty simple. Um, if you want to if you don't have to deal with it and you just want to go with the highest projected players across the board, there's this button up here that says optimize, which will put in the highest projected players for every single position so that you can maximize your projected points. You just hit that, hit it again, and it'll do it all for you. So that's easy. If you rush on time, you can do that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is very important. It's the IR. Okay. And so I went ahead and picked up Jonathan Mingo so I could show you guys how to do this. So Jonathan Mingo is a Cowboys player who's on IR. So right now he's on IR and he's on my bench, which means he takes up one of those slots in my bench. But what I can do is I can sub him in, and because he's on IR, these bottom three spots, these reserve spots, are for people that are on IR. So even though they're going to come back during the season, I can put them on IR until they do, and I could open up a roster spot. So all you got to do is just hit the blue button for IR, and now he's on your reserve, and now you have an extra spot available on the bench. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to pick up players in free agency. So as you see, I don't have a kicker right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Players tab, and then I'm going to go to, you can see all the players that are available under the All tab. Let me delete that. Um, Refresh it probably. So it only shows players that are available. So you can see all the players that are available, and then obviously by position by clicking through here. Um, so if I want a kicker, I'm gonna go over here to kicker, and I would like to get Evan McPherson. Okay, so all I'm gonna have to do in this case is hit the plus button. He should go directly to my team because I have that empty slot available. If I didn't, I had to click him, and then it would tell me a player on my team to select to drop at the same time. But since I don't have anyone on my team that I'm going to drop, I'm just going to hit McPherson, and he should just join my team. There we go. And then I can go back to my team. I can just submit, or I can hit optimize again. It should plug in uh, my kicker into my teams. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. The last thing that I'm going to go over with y'all is trading. Okay. Actually, wait, let me go back to the picking up players. So there might be multiple good players available at any one time. So multiple people might want those players. So there's a thing called waiver priority, which determines who gets the players if multiple people put in a request. So the way waivers work is up until between Monday, or I guess Tuesday and Wednesday, you can't pick up players immediately no matter what. You have to put in a waiver request. And everyone that's put in a waiver request has a chance of getting those players. The person with the highest waiver priority gets that player. And those all execute on Thursday morning. And then again, there's a second round of waivers between Thursday to Saturday. And so if you put in a request for Thursday and Saturday, then you have to wait till Saturday for those waivers to go through. And then on Saturday, you can just pick up any players that are still available. Waiver priority is determined by first draft order. That's how it is right now. And then after that, whenever you pick up someone off waivers, you go to the bottom of the waiver priority list. It doesn't always matter that much because you're not always going for the same player as someone else, but it will happen occasionally. If you ever need to check where you're at the priority list, you can hit waivers, and then um, you can hit waiver. You see waiver priority right there. I'm 7 of 8. So then the last thing I'm gonna go over is trades. So if you want to trade players with someone else, you can hit this trade button and then propose trade. And so you can click on the team that you want to make a trade with. Um, so let's just say I want to trade with Big Brown. Okay, so I hit his name and I hit start trade proposal. So my dad, I don't want him to accept anything. So what if I was gonna offer him uh Jonathan Mingo, who's on IR, but you can still trade. And I'd offer him Jonathan Mingo in exchange for Amon St. Brown and Jameer Gibbs. Okay. So I would then select the players that I want to trade for, and I would hit continue. And then since I am adding two players to my team, if the trade went through, I would be adding two players to my team and giving him one player. That means I would have one too few spots in my team to accommodate all those players. So I have to pick a player on my team to drop. Let's just say I drop Jalen Waddle, and then I hit review trade request. And then I hit send proposal. And now on my dad's account, whenever he gets it, there in this where it says trades on my phone, there'll be like a little trades with a little one, just like that. And he can click on that, and he can look at this, it'll look just like that, and he can review this trade, and then he can determine if he likes it. He can either there will be an accept or a decline, or I think there's like a counter offer button as well. Um, so yeah, that's how trading works. Okay, that's it.